What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. Hey, today we are in Whittier, California. We're at the home of Billet BMX. Morgan now has a physical location here that you can actually come to the shop and pick up parts instead of only buying things online. We thought it'd be cool for us to go and check out his shop, get a full tour, and also see some new stuff that he's working on. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Morgan?
Hey, what's going on, guys? All the way from Hawaii.
Hey, we gotta, of course, give you some Hawaiian treats.
Awesome.
Thank you for the support.
Chocolate and all the goodies
from
the ABC store.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you come to Hawaii and you go to the ABC store, you can buy some of those things.
That was my favorite
sure.
thing to do in Hawaii, was the ABC store.
Was the ABC store? They got cool
Wish
snacks.
they had them here. I went to Vegas, they had one, I got excited.
Yeah.
It's a really
actually,
cool store.
You can buy some of this stuff in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Well, we were in California for DirtyFest, and we thought, okay, we got to come check out this new spot that you have. You now have your first physical location. Mm-hmm. Tell us about like the changes you've gone through since starting this business in what, 2020?
The business officially started in 2022 as far as an LLC, but I started back in 2020 making T-shirts, selling them out of my trunk at rideouts.
Yeah.
And I started making more T-shirts, and then I challenged myself to make a part, which I made the axle nut, the D's nuts.
The very first part you made?
Yeah, and then I made the chain tensioners with them, and then I decided
I want
to build a whole BMX bike. So now this is where I'm at today.
I'm gonna come around on this side, so it's a little easier for Bernie to shoot some stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Zach.
But yeah. So you started off with the D's nuts.
Okay, yeah,
right. And everybody has been talking about these things. I mean, just the best nut for your axles. And how did that start off, though?
So I had 6-point nuts that were anodized. I'll get this pink one out so you can see it. So I had 6-point nuts that were anodized, and every time you'd put them on, take them on and off, or tighten them, or tighten your wheels, they would get scratched because the socket would basically hit the 6-point to tighten it or loosen it, and it would get damaged. So I'm like, how do I make something where they don't, don't scratch your nuts kind of thing. So,
unless they eat you.
Yeah. So stop scratching your nuts. So I went with, I come from Automotive, which I'll explain. So I've been in the automotive industry 25 years. Also went to art school. I'm a designer, super into cars, trucks, lowriders, and obviously BMX. Mm-hmm. So I thought, a lot of the race hardware on Automotive is 12-point. I said, what if I anodize it, then I just machine the 12 points raw, so where the socket or the teeth, hit the nut, it's on aluminum where it can't scratch the anodized. So that was a concept behind it. So
and that's where this came about too, right? Like you got this now.
So now I have everyone. Well, I made these, and everyone, they look really pretty having the 12-point, and then I wanted to name them something to make it kind of fun in marketing, so I named them D's Nuts.
Yeah,
and that's Easy D, the squirrel that I designed and drew. Yeah. And then everyone wanted a tool. They said, "Hey, I have these." A lot of people think it's way more complicated as it looks than it really is, but
it's not.
It just takes a 12-point socket, or if you have a wrench that has 12 points, you're good. If you have a 6-point socket, it's not going to work. But I made this tool for it that slides on and works on them.
And the best thing about this is that it's super light. Like if you wanted to take this like on a ride out, throw this in your bag, it barely weighs anything.
Yeah, so that's the point of a lot of the billet and aluminum is it's lightweight. I machine this channel. Well, I just got an order on the website. I machine I'm making money, I'm making videos. Right. So I machine this channel because I have the size, and one side says D's Nuts, the other side says Billet BMX. Yep. So I machine this, it's kind of like an I-beam. So it's still strong, make it lighter weight, but also the pocket. Mm-hmm. If you drop it, it won't scratch the logo. So there's a lot of design in there, and it obviously looks cool. One side's 15 millimeter, which is typically gonna be most 3/8 axles. And this does work on mine that are 12-point and also 6-point. So you don't even have to have my nuts. You could have regular just steel nut, that's 6-point, and it works.
And it works.
And this side is 17, which is on a lot of park bikes that use 14 millimeter axles.
Okay.
And then I have larger 14 millimeter size, you can see it's a lot bigger. And so that fits 14 millimeter axles, and it has a 17-inch size. So one wrench does both.
Nice.
And because there's some GTs also, and like Thrones, the front's 3/8 and the back's 14. And then it does have an integrated washer with the flange and has the torque spec, so you don't over torque them. A lot of people think they're lug nuts on cars. They are aluminum, so you got to be careful. They just need to be snug.
Yeah.
And don't overdo it. But pretty much came out that. I have a bunch of colors and wrenches. The colors don't mean anything. Just, you know, it's your preference. A lot of times people think they're different sizes. It's one wrench, just different colors to match your bike or the axle nuts you have.
But that's a thing, like with your parts, that I think you've done really well, is that you just have just about any color.
That 12 colors.
In the BMX world, we love to customize our bikes, right? And so back in the day, we would color coordinate our bikes to be a certain way based on what we liked. And now in the big BMX scene, it's the same way.
Thing.
And you have just about any color that anyone.
Yeah, we have 12 colors. Certain ones sell better than others, but you know, if you have a bike with green parts, you're not going to buy anything but green parts. So I got to support that. You know, we brought in orange. We got this new, I call it sky blue, because a lot of the SC bikes and the quad come with that, so you need color.
Yeah, a little bit lighter.
And a lot of those guys wanted to customize their bike, and nobody makes nothing, so I came out with it to also do that.
Yeah. You probably have the biggest selection of colors, or at least one of the biggest selection of colors
I'd say one of the biggest out there. And then the guys with female hubs said, oh man, I wish I had, you know, the 12-point nuts, you know, and they had volcanoes, basically a volcano. So I came out with this. And it's 12-point, so it looks like these, but instead of it just being the volcano, that's smooth. Like if you have profile hubs or something like that, or different brands, and this goes in there and gives you that look. So you can fit a wrench actually on this, but that's not going to tighten it because it's going to slip. You actually have to use, you know, the Allen head.
The Allen head,
and have an Allen key or an Allen socket for that. So that gives the female hub. So I got pretty much all the major sizes covered. The most popular is 3/8 by 26. It's literally 90% of bikes. If you're large axle BMX, it's 14 by 1. And then if you're female, this is actually 3/8 by 24 thread. These are the most 3 popular sizes. Now, there's other guys emailing me. I make 9mm by 1, 10mm by 1, and I have a 14 by 150 for the rear of a Zeus bike. It looks just like this, but the threads are just a little off. So I have, you know, I think got 6 different sizes. And then on the profile is a 3/8 by 16 thread, and I make those too, and with the titanium bolt.
So pretty much you've got most of the bikes covered.
Yeah. When it comes to nuts, I know probably more than anyone. So I've researched it. And
that's gonna be the quote. When it comes to nuts, I know the most.
And I've done a lot of research on all the bikes, and I'm probably the only company that has as many sizes and do all this. But
for sure.
It is frustrating, so I'll go on a website and it'll say axle. It doesn't even tell you the axle size on a lot of, you know, complete build bikes. So then I have to figure it out and try to help a lot of customers. So.
And I want to say, I think I saw on your website that you even had, like, based on your bike, these are the parts
I do have an application guide. And I have actually on the axle nut page, there's a guide you can download as a PDF. But some people don't see it, so I have to send it to them. But I've done research and I keep trying to add more, but people will change their bikes too. Like it'll come with the 3/8 26, and then they automatically change to a 10mm. And I can't control that, but I can only make the parts.
Remember my wife's bike?
Yeah.
And I sent you some, right?
Yeah.
10mm, that worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Because you guys couldn't figure out what it was, and I said, it has to be this, I'll send you some.
Yeah.
So these are really popular with the wrenches.
Yeah. So after we made these nuts, what was the second part that you moved on to then after this one?
That'd be the chain tensioners.
The tensioners, okay. And I love these chain tensioners because, you know, some of the other chain tensioners out there, they have the bolt sticks out the rear. But I really like how these are designed because the bolt stays hidden, right? It doesn't gouge your leg.
So the bolt's in here.
Yeah, look at that.
And actually, I can get one packed. It comes with the wrenches to show them what it comes with.
But you can kind of see like how it's inside. So like nothing is gonna catch you on this side.
Clean.
Yeah, it's totally
so you don't
clean.
get stabbed because that sticks out.
Yeah.
And I've actually been stabbed by it, and it looks a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
The shield's gonna move and match up to a number. If your frame is straight, built correctly, the geometry, you can then match that number on the other side, and the wheel would be perfectly straight. As long as
you can swap the shields out as well.
Correct.
So if you want different colors,
here's
you know, we've done that.
Here's a 14mm, and it's got our weed leaf. So
yeah, so the cool thing again, to customize it even more, you can change the color of the shield. You can have 2 colors there.
you can change it. Here's like a blue. I got. I'll show you more in the back, but I got
but pretty much
little pit bulls. I made a Jason hockey mask. And then I had, what was the other one? Oh, the skull. I have a skull one. Someone bought them the other day.
So again, another way to customize your bike is that, you know, you got this just one chain tensioner that you can do a couple of things to. You can change based on, you know, what kind of design you like or just the color. And then it's clean, but it's super clean. And that's what I really like about.
And then we do have a patent on this chain tensioner that I got. So I'm only probably BMX only make 3/8. I have 14 millimeter, and then I have one that goes from 20 millimeter down to 3/8 or 10 millimeter for the racing frame, which is here, which has these 20 millimeter huge dropouts.
I know, those are crazy.
So I pretty much patented it to cover all that, so no one would copy. You know, the
so
design
if you have a race ink, like that's the piece to get, the one that fits that, because it slides perfectly into that dropout in the back. And it just seats in, like, you know, I think you made it just for that bike.
I can bring one out if you want to compare them, all 3.
Yeah, why don't we kind of see that?
Because get it real quick.
That's the pain with any of these racing bikes. The dropout is so huge, and they give you like a spacer that you have to put in there. And what Morgan did was he just came up with the design for this tensioner that has that spacer kind of built in or as a part of it, and it just really makes it's super clean. So it's if you got a race ink, I think you kind of need to have this part in
I think it's the cleanest option because they made the armor for it that went around, but they still didn't have a tensioner. Then they had a little tensioner that kind of works, but I think it's the best solution where you could customize the colors and it's a tensioner and everything in one. So here's a race ink. This is how they come packaged. I include a key, that's for adjustment, included. And I include a smaller key, and that's what takes off the shield. And then I have some extra little screws for the shield in case you lose them. Because they're tiny, and if you drop it on the ground, good luck. So I include some extra ones for people, but you can really see just the difference. This is 3/8, that's to 14.
Yeah, look at the size.
And look at the size
look
difference.
Look at that, look at the size difference.
I think it's massive. I can actually take one out for you. Oh, if I get the right size.
This is the key right here, because this thing fits like right into that dropout.
So you can see how big the race ink is. On the frame, it is proportionate and it looks really good. But this is why these cost more. The 3/8 is smallest. The 14 gets a little bigger.
Yep.
And then you got the race ink, and then I have this stainless insert. This goes on the inside of the hub and presses on the inside of the dropout.
Yeah.
And then basically this goes on the outside of the dropout like that. Is how it works.
So it really locks that in there.
Yeah.
And then, it's just,
And here's a little skulls, so you can take these.
You can swap those out.
Yeah.
You know?
And like if you wanted them on green. The cool part is too, like you could have a red tensioner with a blue shield and put a like a blue nut if you want to do. But there now you got green skull tensioners. Just by changing that, it totally changes the look of the tensioner. And I try to make my parts for everyone's personality. Like I have 8 different stems with totally different designs, and I understand not everyone's gonna like all of them, but I guarantee there's gonna be a couple of them that fit your personality and your style. And the stem is the biggest item that's gonna really show off your bike, and you know it's yours. Same thing with pedals. So basically that's my goal, is actually have 20 different stems. I got 8, and probably most BMX companies have 1 or 2. And they're limited on colors. I have 12 colors.
And let's take a look at some of the stuff you have up here now. These are all like C-post clamps, right?
Yeah, so let me slide this over so we can get in there. So.
But I mean, look at the different types of C-post clamps you got here.
Yeah, so I have...
it's like, what, 4 different types? Here, I'll hold it in.
That's hitting the,
there you go.
Hitting my pedal box down there. You got it?
Okay.
Yeah, so as far as Billet BMX goes, I have 4 different styles. I also have the Gary Turner clamp, so it'd actually be 5 that I make.
5, yeah.
But as far as the Billet BMX branding, I got 4. 12 colors, and then I make a 31.8, and then it has a shim in it. Like I'll show you this one. So this is 31.8. That's gonna fit most aluminum frames, like a Big Ripper, or most aluminum frames are 31.8 millimeter. Then it has a shim, because the quad angle is a random size, which is the 30. So now all my seat clamps are going to be coming with this on all new inventory I'm getting in, and this converts it down. So you don't need it, you basically toss this. But I include it with it to make it easier for bike shops and customers. Probably one of the hardest parts to sell is a seat clamp because nobody knows what size they are.
Exactly.
So people get them, go, oh, it's too big, too small. So I have a shim in there. And then I make a 28.6, which fits like a Gary Turner frame or a Bassett. Fits right on, but then it has a shim to fit a 25.4, which is 1 inch, like my old 93 Mach 1, for example. So I have 2 sizes, and then I have 2 shims, so it actually fits 4 sizes. Then I got 12 colors. And then the 28.6, these are the 31s. The 28.6, the whole body of this clamp is actually a little smaller, and the hole. I just don't make the hole smaller. So I make it proportionate. But this is my new one I made. It's called the HD ring. I got
oh yeah, kind of looks like a ring.
So like a lot of bikers wear a ring that looks like this, and I thought it'd be cool to make it a seat clamp. So that's where I got my inspiration from.
Okay.
Then it's reverse machine, so the lettering is the anodized color, which gives a really cool effect. And then it's got all stainless hardware, has my little shield in there on a custom nut.
Yeah, because I like that you use all stainless bolts and stuff. Yeah.
That way it's less prone to rust, especially you guys in Hawaii.
Like we're always fighting rust. So.
Doing that, and then this one, this is the first clamp I designed. So this one, you notice it has a shield. There's a little hole. You can actually unscrew and the shield comes off.
Yeah.
Then you can put a skull or whatever you want. So a lot of people don't know you can re-customize it.
And are they the same shields that also fit on the tensioners? Yeah.
So this is the actual tensioner shield.
So you can swap it out.
So
That's cool.
You can do that. If you notice, this is actually the shape of my logo. So that's why I called it the shield clamp.
Yeah,
it's the shape of our Billet BMX shield.
Nice.
And then I, put it inset, some styling. This actually has a stainless cylinder on this one. So that was the first seat clamp I did. This is the newest one I've done. Yeah. And then real popular, let's see, I'll get these out. I got too much stuff in here now.
Oh, that one's cool.
So this is a kind of a retro 6.1 that you could show them, Kevin.
See that?
Trying to get a...
That is cool.
Again, stainless. Yeah, almost looks like a headset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big time.
And then my 12-point stuff with the D's nuts are real popular, so I made a D's nut seat clamp.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And people love that. They love the 12-point because it looks pretty. As far as the design, but pretty much I went to match the axle nuts, I went into doing that with the seat clamps.
Totally like
and pretty cool look. I also have a headset that matches that 12-point with the stem cap and handlebar ends too. And then I have a stem cap that's 6-point and handlebar ends that are 6.2.
Yeah. In addition to the colors, you also have, if you want the blinged out chrome, you also got
the oil slick.
The oil slick.
And here's a silver. That's probably our worst selling color is silver.
It's just silver.
And then black, purple, blue. I call that sky blue. We got green, gold, orange, red, and hot pink.
Nice.
And then I can show some of my stems. So these are pretty cool. This one is it's a newer one. This is a
Jason mask.
Jason hockey mask for people that are into horror movies.
Look at that.
Check them out.
But I mean, look at the detail that's on this thing, right? I mean, you got this cut out on the inside, right? Both sides.
You gotta see these things in real life, man.
So there's a lot of machine marks. If you really look, you can see the detail.
Let's see if I can get that.
Yeah, don't go too close because it might blur. So you just got to kind of watch when you're getting too close to that with the camera. But I mean, the detail on this is insane.
And that was my thing. Is I came from building cars, and I wanted to challenge myself to make the most detailed BMX parts. So a lot of BMX parts are really cool. Don't get me wrong, but they're really simple. And I just feel like they're real basic. And no disrespect to any other brand, but I wanted to push myself to make stuff that's over the top, that makes a statement. And a lot of my customers appreciate that. And a lot of stuff they see online, but once they get in their hand, they really appreciate, man, there's a lot to this. So like this has the stem cap. It's sunken down, so it fits in better, not just sits on top. I got this pocket, which drops weight, and it says Billet BMX. Again, stainless steel bolts. It says Billet BMX engraved on the bottom. And then also has stainless steel bolts reverse. So, most stems are gonna have the bolts on top, which is obviously easier to tighten it down. But as far as a statement piece having a skull or one of my custom stems, like I want to use that space for art. So that's why I reversed them.
Yeah, because how would that look with 4 bolts?
Oh, it'd kill the design.
It would kill it, right?
It'd kill it. So that's why I mounted them underneath to do that, to make stuff really unique.
Yeah. One thing I remember when we talked to you on the podcast was that you mentioned how when you design these parts, you try to take a look at a part, like let's say the stem, right? And then not only are you thinking about the design, but you're just trying to figure out, okay, how can I make this better?
Correct.
Right? How can I improve upon not just the looks of it, but the functionality and all of that? So that's what I really like about your parts, is that you put in that extra detail into, thinking about how can I make that better?
Yeah. And then I listen to a lot of my customers. So I personally like skulls. Not everyone likes skulls, but I made, this one was on the first, custom kind of with the face on it. And then here we got a pit bull. So I had a pit bull, and a lot of my customers are dog lovers. A lot of people are just dog lovers.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make something cool. I said a pit bull would be cool because I had one. And I got a customer in Germany that bought 2 of them, which is crazy and wild. I would never think people around the world. But he has pit bulls, and he bought that and put it on his bike.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool about my business too. I connect with people all around the world.
Yep.
And I thought it would be normally just locally here in SoCal, and it's just blowing up. And they find my website or social media, and then they buy parts. And it's an honor to me to have people around the world.
It's cool that around the world, people are putting your stuff on their bikes, and
even you guys in Hawaii are obviously part of the United States, but it's a little distance, and you guys bought some of my parts, and then we became friends because of social media.
Yeah.
And then we built a relationship, and then you guys have used a lot of my products on your awesome builds, which I really enjoy. So I enjoy the challenge of making and designing a part and try to make people happy and make something cool. And then I really enjoy when they put it, install it on their bike, and then makes them happy. So there's a lot of, it's not just selling parts. To me, it's, hey, you chose my brand and this particular style of item or part on your bike, and you used it to build it. So to me, it's really rewarding to,
it's connecting with your community.
Yeah,
right?
To do that. And then, I made the little, I make fun stuff. So I go on a lot of bike rides. I'm in SoCal. Weed's legal here. I don't smoke weed. A lot of my customers do. So one of the guys told me, hey, you should make some with little weed leaves. So I made the weed leaf for that. Those guys bought that, and they said, hey, why don't you make a stem with the weed leaf? So I made a stem. It's not for everyone, but the guys that are into it,
they got something.
I got something for everyone, with the different styles that we do.
And that's what I also like about you, is how you listen to the customers, you get their feedback, and then you take some of those ideas and you put them into new products.
Yeah. For a lot of it comes as an idea for myself, but then I ask customers what they really want. And if enough customers want something, I'll build it and design it. Because end of the day, it's not for me, it's for my customer.
Yeah. And let's talk about your pedals, because I've used a few of those.
Yeah.
And they're sick.
Here's the.
I mean,
you can just pull them out, but. These I took to the DirtyFest, and I tried to clean them. That's what I was doing all yesterday.
There's trying to get all the dust off of them.
But yeah, it has a...
It's that old school bear trap look, right?
Fully engraved cage. Most cages are stamped or punched, which is a lot lower cost to do. But these are actually CNC, which most aren't. And then I do every little tooth. I want to make my stuff look like jewelry. It's over the top, but that's what my brand's about. This one has a chrome center. And then it has a shield, Billet BMX with its color-filled purple.
Again, colors, right? So you can customize it again.
Yeah, and this is all billet aluminum. Besides the spindle, that's chromoly, heat treated.
They spin for days. Yeah.
We could spin them harder.
Love those though. I love the way they look. I love the way they how strong they are, and you back all your stuff, right? If anything goes wrong. I
try to take care of customers within reason.
Within reason.
Their bike ran over, or they did something.
Exactly.
I still try to help them out.
Exactly.
I had probably sold 500 of these pedals. I had 2 spindles fail. And I took care of them. Hey, I'll send you the spindles, but I'd rather them actually send me the pedals. I say, hey, just pay shipping, send them to me, I'll rebuild them. I'll check the bearings, everything, and I send them out. And
then it also lets you see where it went wrong, right? And then you can kind of make changes into the next design.
So
because you're mentioning that.
My Generation 2 pedal, I'm going to a bigger diameter spindle because I want 0 failures. A lot of, back when we were younger, I know you guys... way less than me. I'm a little bigger than you guys. But, I weigh 225, and when you're kids, all of us weighed under 200. We're small. But now a lot of guys are 300 pounds, and,
they're just cruising. They're
just cruising, but they need something strong.
Exactly.
I don't want to get, have anyone get hurt, and I don't want stuff to fail. So I want to build it And it's trial and error. I build something. If there's a little small issue or only for, affects a certain percentage, then hey, how do I fix that or make it stronger?
Yeah.
So all my parts, I really have an issue, but I'm a perfectionist. And if I know I can make it better, stronger, I'm going to do that and, redesign it, or what can I do to just keep my brand the best it can be. That's the goal.
And in addition to these, we also noticed you got bars.
Yeah.
We got some aluminum bars.
So these
Take
are,
a look at some of these.
These are the Pitbull bars. These are aluminum. These are actually the first samples.
They're so light.
They're super
too.
light, yeah.
Now, is there, because it's aluminum, do you have to worry about how strong they are? Do they?
Correct. So when you have a chromoly handlebar, the wall thickness is thinner, and this is
a
thicker.
Stronger material.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically, the aluminum, to make it stronger, this is a lot thicker than actually the tubing wall.
Okay.
So that's how I get it up
That's
there,
how
but
you
it
get it
weighs a
strong.
lot less than chromoly
Yeah.
still. It's probably like half the weight, it seems like.
It's super light.
Yeah.
Like this thing is really, really light, and it's got a cool look.
Yeah. So my bar ends, my billet ones, barely fit.
Oh,
But I
because
made them, and I got these as thick as possible, so they still fit.
Yeah,
but if you
yeah,
put
yeah.
it in a chromoly, it like just falls in.
Falls in,
But these, it's a little tight to do all that.
Yeah,
And these
but
are anodized
nice.
black; they're not painted, and this is anodized blue. But I wanted an aluminum handlebar and challenge myself to do that. So the 9s and 10s pretty much sold out.
Yeah.
So I made 8s, 9s, and 10s, and I make these parts. I have no clue I can make one of these crazy stems and maybe nobody buys it.
That's true.
But luckily, everyone buys all my stuff because I really pay attention. Again, I listen to customers. But
Yeah.
on the bars, the 10s sold out first, then the 9s, and then I still have some 8s. So now I know, hey, I need to order
You need
way
a
more 10s and
bigger-
9s.
yeah,
And people want the bigger sizes.
Yeah, we like I like the bigger bars. I want my bars up high instead of having to go down.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And then, okay, we're gonna show you guys something that's brand new. First time we're getting someone to kind of take a look
You
at
want to
this.
go on this side?
And these are your brand new grips.
Yeah, so these are my brand new grips. I just
Take a
got
look
the
at that.
packaging. Has a little window where you could feel it on both sides. And I got to do basically the artwork and the card that's going to go on there. And then I'm going into production. But I've been working on these probably a year.
Yeah, it's been a while
stuff
because
takes time, yeah.
I remember you talking about this a while
Yeah.
ago, and it does take time because you got to get the molding.
Yeah, there's
right?
a mold, and then you got to test fit it, and I had to make little changes and just
And
tell
even
it's
in the
perfect.
rubber, like you want to test these out, and you're mentioning this earlier too about the ends, the end caps, and how you want it a little bit more. pull
Yeah,
with
so
them.
these end caps first were like kind of hard plastic, and I didn't like that. So they actually have a little bit of flex. And then the first time I made them, they're too hard, and the second time they're too soft. And then I think we just got them just right.
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks. And then the inside, I had this hole, and the wall thickness was small, and you'd push it in, and this would kind of bend. So I just actually got these today. They delivered them, tried to deliver them Friday when I was at DirtyFest, and they just came, and I missed them Monday, and they came today. So they literally just showed up for the manufacturer.
And then you're gonna have like different colors, right?
Yeah.
So
So this sleeve is a separate piece. It is 2-piece. You have to be careful you don't rip it. But I'm doing a black flange with probably like 10 colors, and then I'm gonna have a white flange with 10 colors, and then I'm gonna do, I believe, a blue flange with I think 3 or 4 colors.
and it'll come with donuts.
And it's coming with the donut. This is Billet BMX with it.
Nice.
And the end plug. So it's like a complete grip
Complete
system.
set.
Yeah. And then you get, what's cool is these are already cut. So if you like my billet ends, you don't have to chop up your grips. You just don't install this, and you can put my billet
Yeah, the billet.
one in.
Yep.
And then it says Billet BMX. I call them the diamond grips because it's like a diamond on a playing card. I thought it was a cool look, but
And they feel good.
yeah. So I bought a bunch of different brands of grips that aren't mine, and I tested how they felt, and I wanted the softest one. I wanted my cruiser to ride like a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Some of them are really hard. I don't like that, and just the size of the flange. I did a bunch of research, and the length, everything, to what I thought would be perfect for me and my customers. And I showed a lot of customers because I had them on my bike for about 6 months, and then this is the final with the packaging. Yeah, so I think they're there, and I'm going to go in production. The donuts are also going to match. So if you have the black flange, it's going to have a black donut, and then since the center's red, it has red writing. But let's say you had a blue center, it'd have blue writing, and then this would be blue too. So it's going to all
It's gonna all match.
color match. And,
Yeah.
And they are 2-piece, like the Oakley,
Yeah.
basically version.
We look forward to getting these because
Yeah.
they look really nice.
I have to
And
get
they
you
feel
some for
good.
your show. Yeah, but they feel awesome.
Yeah, they feel good.
They're real thick, and they just feel
You know?
nice for cruising. You know,
Yeah.
you can obviously race with them too, but you know, mainly my customer is a cruiser, and I wanted really soft grips. So if you are going on a long ride and you're
Yep.
hitting bumps or jumping curbs, and your hands don't hurt at the end of the day. So I've ran some grips that
Yeah.
are thinner, and my hands would hurt, and then I have noticed, I have like I had the mushroom ones that come on a lot of SCs. I'm like, why do these always feel good? My hands never
Yeah.
hurt compared to thinner ones. So I took a lot of little things in design to do it. You know, obviously they look awesome, but there's also the functionality of them too.
No, this rubber definitely is softer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, on some of the other grips that are out there, like usually the flange and maybe the inside is really, really rigid. And so even when you're trying to put them on, you know, they're really tough to put on, but like these definitely feel a lot softer.
Yeah.
You know, and more comfortable maybe.
And
Yeah.
I have 3 people with. I have 3 people with the grips on that have been riding them for over 6 months and no issues. So they do hold up. That's the other thing, you don't want to go too soft
Exactly.
where it rips. But
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
some
yeah.
grips that actually the sleeve is softer and you can kind of pull on it and it rip. Like I have the SC that are the 2-piece, which I could show you, but
Yeah.
they're really soft. And I'm like, I don't want it that soft.
Yeah.
So just getting that, like everything I make, you got to fine tune it and try to make it perfect.
And that's why it takes a while for stuff to get out
to
there.
develop it
Yeah.
and design it and do all that, you know. But it's a challenge, a lot of fun. Like I make all these parts. You know, I started as just an artist doing stuff on a computer or
Yeah.
a piece of paper to real parts in real life, and
Yep.
I challenged myself to make a grip, and here they are. So
Yeah.
I think those are going to do really, really well also.
And then the other thing, I know we didn't talk about this, but we also got like some caps for your valves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can pull those out. I should show you guys other stems, and then we can go to the platform pedals. But let me try to get in here. Sorry. These are fun to stack up, by the way.
Yeah.
So we could show these.
So I mean,
and then
like, look at the detail,
detail.
though on this, right? I mean, it's incredible. Like it's supposed to look like a beer can, of course, but look at the top of that,
Yep.
right? Like,
Show them the spray can.
and oh yeah, the spray can.
yeah, so the beer, I actually got a beer can, put it on my desk, and modeled it where it has the pull tab.
just like a
Yeah, like you spray.
like a regular spray can.
Yeah.
It has
So
that,
it has
that,
a- has
that
a ball
in it.
inside.
Yeah. I mean, look at the detail on this thing, though. It's
Looks
incredible.
exactly like a spray can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that actually took me for a year to do and get the ball in there and get it right, where it wasn't heavy. So I made them first, and they were solid aluminum.
Yeah, yeah.
But then it was like a counterweight. So I'm like, this is too
Yeah,
heavy.
yeah,
So
yeah.
these are actually hollow inside. And then we push in a brass insert that's threaded, and then it has the rubber
that's how
O-ring.
you get the
but
threading,
inside,
yeah.
if you take it, it's hollow, and
It's
that's how I had to
hollow.
get the weight down.
Yeah.
So we had to figure out how to machine that and do all that because you know, I'm not a machinist, I'm an artist.
I feel like the ones we got from you that were chrome, they felt heavy. So I don't know. Was that
Oh,
like
they did?
was
They
that
should have
like
been
a
light.
was that like a first gen or something? No. Were they
Maybe,
all
yeah.
are they all hollow?
I
Every
don't.
single
They,
one?
they should. I have some here.
Maybe it was a chrome.
have the oil.
I don't know. But it felt a little heavier.
This is the
for
same.
Sure. You know.
That's
Oh, yeah,
the
that's not
oil's
that
just like
bad.
a chrome.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
should be
yeah.
the same.
Oh, that thing's sick.
Well, look how cool that is, though.
know.
Like just the detail that you get on this is incredible.
So a lot of people like to drink beer, so I put Billet Light, and Billet Aluminum
Yeah.
is light,
I know,
and it's like beer,
exactly.
so
and you
it
can
flows
still
really
get
good.
the ones that look like these nuts.
Yeah, so I have the D's nuts, and then I made the dice.
Yeah.
Look how cool the dice.
I have a skull coming, a 3D skull coming. I have like a red solo cup coming.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The solo cup's gonna be all the colors. And I'm thinking about I'm trying to put like a ping pong ball inside. The guys that like to play beer pong.
beer pong.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I had a couple other styles I got to remember. I'm doing so much stuff. So
I know. And then you got this collaboration with Gary Turner.
Yeah,
That's cool.
we can actually show that in the other case because I'll show the other parts. But
Yeah.
here's some of my other stems. This one has the full skull and lightning bolts.
Yeah.
And then
See, I like these. You know, like they're not too big. Like I kind of feel like some of the stems are big for my taste, anyway.
so that's a
And
53 on
yeah,
the reach.
So this one is, you know, a little bit smaller. I really like the chrome one. Bernie has the chrome one, right, on that. And that thing is sick.
Yeah,
that
he
thing is
has-
so
He
nice.
probably has this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
That is the guy right there.
Look at the chrome on this thing.
That's why I bought him.
Like, that's incredible.
I seen that. I'm like, bro, I gotta get this.
Yeah, look at that.
So a lot of people ask, what's a 53 or 57? So it's the center of right here that bolts to your fork or the steer tube to the center of your handlebar. So that'd be 53 millimeters from here to here. And a 57 is
A little bit further out.
a little further out, but it's not much. But these, I had to move these out to 57 to fit this big of a logo. All the ones with the faces,
the shield,
like the skulls and the pit bull and all that.
You can make it smaller.
You can't go over this spot because you have a cap.
Yeah.
So I had to do this, and I wanted to get my whole shield really clean, you know, to do my logo.
Yeah.
The bolts under. But this is my top seller because a lot of guys like my brand. It's, you know, it's a nice stem and it's clean.
Yeah,
it looks high end or exotic.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys like that. A lot of guys like it's kind of like a more old school with the little
But the
modern
chrome on
look
that
on
is
it.
incredible.
I know.
As far as that goes, and then I
We
got
the platform pedals.
Yeah, we got these platforms.
I have these
are
on the
solid.
GT.
So it says Billet BMX on the side.
Yeah, look how nice
And then I have
those are.
different color pins I make that you can change. Comes with silver pins, but you can change the pins if you wanted to match a different color too on them. So these are real
I should
popular.
do that
guys
with the
want
GT.
that
Get
style.
some you have like gold pins.
Yeah,
Oh,
got all the
yes.
colors.
There you go.
You can change them out.
There we go. There we go.
And a lot of people don't understand how I get this look. So, like, this is machined and it's anodized. You can see the logo in there, but it's kind of more hidden, more subtle. The same thing with the side.
Same thing with the stems. Yeah.
So pretty much this is machined with the logo already in it, and then we anodize it. Then after, to get this, it has to be put back in the CNC machine and this logo done after.
then
So
it's
you got to be
cut out
very
after.
careful you don't scratch it, because you have to mount it down.
Yeah.
You can't just put it there.
You're
Like
right.
it's literally bolted or clamped
You're right.
down
Yeah.
to do that. So it's really hard to do that. Not a lot of brands do that. And like you can look at the detail, how detailed that is on the engraving, you know, on all these.
Yeah.
No, it's
So
super clean.
that's something I try to do with a lot of my parts, is do the machining, like on the, you know, look how tiny that machining is. So
It's crazy.
it's a lot of work to do it and do it right.
Yeah.
A lot of people just think, oh, you just make it and it comes that way. It's like a whole process to accomplish that.
All right. Well, let's also check out the rest of your space.
Yeah.
This is his first physical space where you can actually come into the shop, pick up some parts, but you also got some merch. We also got the Billet BMX, not the Billet BMX, but the Gary Turner Billet BMX collab going on. And
that
then
locked.
we just found out today that you're gonna also be making like some
Auto parts.
which is
so
crazy.
I just got a trademark today. This is the Modelo bike by Throne. So now I'm actually selling full bikes. And I've already sold a couple of these. So.
Okay.
And then we're going to be raffling one off at a lowrider show in Whittier end of this month that I'll be posting.
Cool.
So which is more of a car event.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys with cars do different things. I think this is the right key. It might not be.
But you can kind of see all the Gary Turner stuff up on the
got the right
top.
key.
Hey.
So usually I have these skulls and I have Billet BMX beanies, and it's like a head wearing it. It's really cool, but I sold out of the beanies. I was waiting to get my Automotive trademark because I'm going to do clothing for both.
Yeah.
To do all that. So yeah, I did a collab with Gary Turner. Craig at Gary Turner in 2020, I had him build me a frame, which I can show you guys. It's in the shop.
Yep.
And started a relationship with Craig and their family. My first bike, which is here, I'll show you guys in a little bit, is a 93 Mach 1, which I still have, my actual bike.
That's awesome.
And so I used to always love GT when I was a kid, and now I'm making parts with the original family, Gary Turner and Craig. So to me, it's a really cool thing 'cause it's like a full circle.
Oh yeah.
And
how cool is it that you rode a GT back in the day?
Yeah.
And that was a brand that you loved, and now you get to work with the guys who actually started.
So I
it.
get
That's
to
awesome.
do that, and I loved all the old parts, so I want to make kind of a newer version of the old part.
Yeah.
If I can make it stronger, better, and also make it a little more modernized with the styling, so that's my goal. But I still want to represent the heritage of the brand and what it was, because it means a lot to me. I'm not making these parts just to make $1. Like that's not my goal. Is I really want people to get them and appreciate them, and that's kind of my philosophy with the collab that I'm doing. But we have all the stems, which is like my other stem, but it has all the Gary Turner branding.
The Gary Turner, look at that.
And these are all Craig's logos that he gave me, and it has Gary Turner, the script on the bottom.
Nice.
And then Craig wanted me to make this, we call it the Holy Seat Clamp. And then I modernized it, made it a little nicer, has Gary Turner in the front. And the little G logo right there. And again, this has a shim. So originally I made these in only 28/6 because that's what fits Craig's frames that he custom builds. And we got one in the back. We actually got two in the back we can show you.
Yeah.
But then the guys with the newer GTs, they wanted them, which aluminum frames, so I made 31/8s.
Yeah.
And then Craig's working on an aluminum frame, and it's going to be a 31/8.
Okay.
So he's like, oh, we need them in this size. I'm like, I already had them.
Nice.
He forgot I told him I was going to make them, so I did that. And then we have also a platform.
Yeah, the platform pedals. Look at the chrome on that, though. Oh,
yeah, it has a bunch of fingerprints. But
Bling bling.
so it has his logo, and then it says Gary Turner on the side. So these are really cool too. So they're kind of like the Billet BMX, but I changed the logos. Instead of the shield, made it round.
Yeah.
And it looks totally different.
Yeah.
So those came out really good. Sold out of these. That's the other thing. I make stuff. I have no clue how well it's gonna do.
Yeah.
So I just try to guess, and then I make it, and then
You kind of take a gamble.
if people follow me on social media and you're with my brand, you're gonna get an opportunity to buy it. But a lot of times people find it could be a week later and they're gone.
Yeah.
And then it takes me, 6 months to make another batch because I have all these other products I'm doing at the time. These are some pads that Flight made me that we sell. This is the last set, which is pretty cool.
BMX pads.
So I need to order
and then
more
your
of those.
speaker. Your speaker mounts.
So that is a speaker mount. This fits the smaller JBL and other speakers. It doesn't have to be a JBL. And this fits the larger, the Charge. I believe this one's the Flip. So this will mount to the handlebars on top or on the bottom where the stem attaches. It's got two separate bolts. So one adjusts the top clamp and one adjusts the bottom. So they're independent from each other. And then I'm gonna have on the side, it's gonna say Billet BMX. So this is my first prototype. There's a little bit of play in it, so I'm gonna take that play out and then we're gonna be good to make these. But a lot of guys have been asking me about those. And then, I have the seat guts in the other thing we can show you. So this is 3D printed, but this is the new Gary Turner piston stem. So it has the big G logo. It's kind of hard to see because it's 3D printed. And then I couldn't fit the Gary Turner script, so I did Turner and Gary. And I wasn't really happy with it. I knew the design was like 95% there, but we actually changed it to a different kind of block font they have, where it says Gary Turner both sides.
Okay.
And that was it. So sometimes I come out with stuff and I'm like, I can produce it. I know people are gonna buy it. But I just knew it wasn't 100%. So I went the distance to do that. And then the cool part on this, you see no bolts. Like this cap goes on, there's 4 bolts, but you don't see them because they're, let me take it apart.
There's a separate cap.
This is a beauty cap. And those are the bolts. So this will be mounted on your bike and then you're gonna bolt that on. And after that's all done, there's a set screw too on the sides right here. And then this cap goes over.
Shields on the.
There's 2 set screws that you won't see on the bottom. And then everyone's gonna go, the bolts are hidden. So I try to make stuff hot rod because I'm automotive.
I like that.
Where you do a lot of custom stuff and people they don't realize it. Or it's hidden.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to make stuff look like it's bolted on aftermarket. Like it's stealth, So that's a lot of the design of stuff. I try to hide stuff as much as I can and make it clean. Cool. But this is a really cool piece that a lot of guys are asking for.
That'll be cool in that.
Gonna be making the He-Man pedals, which I have the 3D prints in the back, and those are the samples are being made. We are also gonna make the this crank right here. This is an aluminum crank, but we're gonna do the Gary Turner script, but this same style.
Okay.
And this has a weird spindle. It's about a 24 millimeter, but you can see how it's an angle. It uses a really weird bearing that you can't get. So I'm gonna make these for a 22 millimeter spindle, which is more common.
Yeah.
The regular bearings and bottom brackets, so guys will have more options. That's the thing too, I have to look in the BMX industry, like what is most common or easy to get?
Exactly.
Like you don't want to make some exotic part where it's hard to service.
Yeah.
For my customers or a bike shop or anyone, so I change up a lot of stuff. Like I have the original, I bought this as a $50. This is the original GT catalog from '98. I do research and study, the history of BMX and the brands, especially with the Gary Turner collab. These are the Speed Series bike. I always wanted this as a kid, but could never afford it. Because it was like a $1,000 bike in the 90s.
Wow.
What's really cool is it has the cranks. That's the original piston stem. And some of the original parts. And then it's really cool, it has a price sheet. Look at that. That's from 1998.
That's crazy.
So that's what, 27 years old? And then I have a Robinson catalog also. I always favored the GT brands. So GT, Robinson, Powerlite, Auburn were my favorite brands as a kid growing up in my area. Like, I honestly didn't even know what SC bikes was until I bought the Big Ripper, a 29-inch. Like, I didn't know as a kid. I'd read, I'd see other brands in there, but
Ripper.
Nobody really had an SC in my area, so I didn't see one really in person. Besides the magazines, I used to get all the BMX magazines as a kid. So I did know about them, but I didn't really see them. Everyone for some reason rode the GT brands.
And then if you guys want any like merch, like
so I have a bunch
selection and different shirts and hats and
so all these logos and designs I've drawn myself.
Because your background was as an artist.
So I make hoodies, t-shirts. I'm in California and it's pretty much hot all year, so I wear shorts and a tank top. So I make tank tops too. Especially I'm out riding, you get hot. But a lot of the, you go to the mall, there's a lot of skate shops or surf shops, and there's no BMX representation. So that's why I started the brand selling t-shirts out of my trunk. And for people on ride outs, I thought it's cool. What's really cool too is there's a lot of bike crews and they have their own t-shirts or jerseys. And a lot of people, design their own stuff, which is cool. So that's how the brand started.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's an incredible amount of stuff in this small, tiny area. If you want to come check it out, like, it's a physical space. We'll put the address down below, but we're not done.
Here's a lot of the programs I use. So this is Adobe Illustrator. I make a lot of the logos. So I have like the Billet BMX logo. And these are like separate. You can see it's like a separate layer.
That's cool.
Yeah, and there's tools in here if you know how to use it. Like this centers it. So I just centered it back. And then you make it a group and it's one image now. Control Z goes back, so. There's a new Billet Racing logo for my Automotive. That's Gary Turner's logo, but like when I made the t-shirts or I do the logos on the products, I needed it. And then we got the D's Nuts logo. So I'm actually gonna work on making a D's Nuts shirt with the character. I think that'll probably do really well. Probably maybe be one of the best logos I have. But like I can pull up, here for example, it's gonna load, hold on. So here is my grip.
That's pretty cool. So it's like a 3D.
Yeah, so that's how it's made, and then they make molds. It has all the logos. And there's diamonds right here that stick out, and then they plug into the female pockets of
holds
that.
it in, yeah.
And then there's the end plug. So it's a lot of time to design. Here's the GT stem. Oh, here's a new logo I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So I had the Gary Turner script and I couldn't fit the whole thing. So then I was able to get this from Craig, and I just think it finishes it out. So this is how it's going to look if it was anodized blue. That's the front with no bolts, all hidden. There's the 2 set screws.
I like that.
Yeah. See the cap?
Oh, yeah.
There it is. So that bolts on. And then we got the Gary Turner on the side. I got the recessed pocket for the stem cap.
So you can basically send this file to the
CNC shop.
And then they'll make it exactly like what that looks like.
Correct, yeah. So a lot of, I posted a video in my shop the other day, and some guys were like, oh, you make billet parts, but you don't have CNC machines. But I'm not a CNC machinist. So if I bought a CNC, that's my goal. But a good CNC is, you're typically looking at 100 to 200 grand for one machine.
Yeah. And
you need electrical to wire it, and then you need to know how to operate it. And I'm not a machinist, so then I'd have to literally go to machinist school to learn it, or hire a machinist to do it. And it's awesome. I love machining and making these products and doing all that. But I'm on the design side. So if you go to a CNC shop, there's going to be guys at a computer doing the designs.
Yep.
And then there's the machinist. They're two different people. Yep. So I'm more on the design side and do that. And some of the stuff I designed, they have to re-modify it to machine correctly, how it fits in. They got to make jigs and all kinds of stuff like that. So they help me do that process. But, you know, in life, there's always going to be, you can only do so much. You can't do everything. You know, eventually you can, maybe you work hard enough. But the goal is to have a product, you know. And so this guy commented, why don't you have any CNC machines at your shop? Well, you're talking probably $500,000 to $1 million shop. Plus I would need to learn to be a machinist on top of this, or again, hire an employee to do it. And then the space, so my brand wouldn't exist. So it's like, am I gonna let my brand not exist because I don't have my own machine? Or am I gonna fight to do whatever I can to come out with products? And I'm more on the design side. So, you know, not everyone's gonna do everything at one company. And just like my t-shirts, I buy the t-shirts blank and I pay a silk screener, but this is my artwork that I design.
Yeah, but you don't actually make the
same thing on the hat. I don't know how to stitch a hat or work a sewing machine, but this is my hat, my design, the cut, fit, everything that I've done, I've created. But you got, you know, not every business makes everything. Like Nike is not making their shoes in their business. They're designing them, but that's not their factory. So that's just kind of how it works. But that's some of the parts.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, here's the He-Man pedal. So this is flat, how it's machined.
Oh, I didn't.
Flat, and then it's going to be bent. Let me try to grab it. It's going to be bent to do the, let's see, cage. I can turn it off, but basically it's machined flat first, and then it's bent into that shape to make. I'm trying to flip it around to make the He-Man. So there's multiple versions of the He-Man, so I actually studied them. The one had holes here and then slots, so I replicated that because I thought it was cool. Some were just blank here and then had the GT on the side. And and then some had the GT in the middle and nothing on the side. Like that's the one I have that I showed the physical one. So, but I have the round, the GT logo, and then I have the Gary Turner script on the side of this. So,
I like that shape.
yeah. So these are real popular. A set of new He-Mans probably go for $800 to $1,200. And I remember as a kid, on my Mach 1, I wanted the He-Man pedals. And I remember going to a bike shop as a kid. And I want to say they were like $250 in the 90s, which is a lot of money.
Which is a lot of money.
So I actually worked hard, and I did chores as a kid. I didn't have a job, obviously. I was a teenager. But I worked hard in saving money any way I could. And I actually saved the money, and I went to the bike shop to buy the pedals. And I brought my Mach 1. And I was so happy I could buy the pedals finally because I really wanted them. And then my bike has one-piece cranks, and they were 9/16 for three-piece. And so they informed me, hey, you got to spend another $300 on three-piece cranks. And so I was bummed out and didn't get them, and I never bought them.
I never got them.
So I never got them because the set they had was 9/16, and then I do believe they made half-inch for one-piece cranks. You know, so I had to save more to the three-piece cranks, which I never did.
Yeah.
But now I'm making my own version, and I'll have them myself.
That's pretty cool.
I'm excited. A lot of guys are excited for this piece to come out.
Yeah. Nice.
And then I also use a lot of. So I use Illustrator. It's a lot of flat drawing. It's vectorized. You can blow it up infinity. It doesn't get pixelated. Then I use a lot of Photoshop. You know, for pictures and stuff like that. So like here is, for example, I have a Memorial Day banner. Let me see. Well, I can show you actually a part. Here's like a part, that light box in the back. I put this stem, took a picture of it. I actually took a picture with my iPhone.
That's pretty clean.
So I have a Canon camera, and then I cut it out, the background. Because even though it's a white background, you'll see like the back where it bends.
Yeah.
So it's all deleted, and then this goes on the website. So I have to use Photoshop for that. So I use multiple art programs. I also like to freehand draw. Like I have the squirrel. So this is the squirrel, the third version of it. So I had earlier versions that are more like cute, like Disney, and then I wanted more with style, especially being here in SoCal or LA. So I put sunglasses on them, gave them a name finally, and then that's the sticker, the final one that is done right there. Nice. And then I also draw on, I have my iPad, right here. And then this is actually where I invoice customers that come in. And then I draw on my iPad too. The drawing program, and I have a pen, which you can draw on there, which is pretty sweet. So
Cool.
yeah. And I have a bunch of hot rod art, so I'm into cars, obviously. So I've decorated kind of like a man cave, and I like a lot of hot rod artists and car stuff.
Rat Fink back there.
Yeah, I have a rat fink in the bathroom. I have actually rat fink tattoo. You can see the rat fink.
Yep.
Oh, I have my skeleton too.
That guy's classic.
Here's Chucky.
Yeah, I saw
So I like
that.
horror movies.
That's
so
a little
Chucky.
disturbing.
Yeah, so I have that in there.
I'm not a fan
This is a
of
skeleton
Chucky.
I actually had for like anatomy. Like I did life drawing and I used that, but then I dressed it up as a model with the rat fink. So just different stuff I collected. I like different art.
Yep.
I think it all inspires me, and I like to make my own version. I love the Ninja Turtles, so I got this. And it has 10,000 games, so my customers can come and talk to me. Their kids can play it, or I'll even play with them.
Yeah.
Just to make it fun. You know, I'm pretty much working all the time. Like my gaming rig, I play Call of Duty, but it's a 50-inch monitor, and I play Call of Duty on it. But since I moved to the shop, I haven't played it once because I have no time. Like I've just been so busy
Right.
doing so much stuff. And even DirtyFest, I went last minute. I didn't think I was going to make it, which I'm glad I did. I had a really good time and met a lot of customers and people out there. But yeah, I love video games too, when I have time to actually play them. So,
Yep.
you know, I haven't even played the Ninja Turtles and beat it yet. I've played a couple levels. So hopefully get a little more settled in and we can play, and might do some promotions where if you can beat me at Street Fighter, you win a free t-shirt. I was thinking of incorporating and do fun stuff. So when I actually had my 93 Mach 1, I would ride to the mall. They had an arcade and I'd play video games. And so that's why I got a video game machine. It reminds me of the 90s and doing that as a kid. And also I like sharing video games and having fun with people, as well as riding BMX. It all goes together for me.
And somehow you managed not to get your bike stolen.
Yeah, somehow the bike. Well, I'd always lock it and be careful with it. With my new bikes, I don't leave them anywhere or even lock them.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, they don't stay out of my eyesight.
Yep.
Just because. But back in the 90s, everyone kind of had a bike like that. You know. So, but now it's different. I think more gets stolen.
Nice.
So here's another prototype that everyone keeps asking for. It's a seat gut. So it mounts on the seat post right here with this bolt, and then these can fully, well, it's tight right now, but these fully turn, so you can pivot the seat down all the way up.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of seat guts, you can only have limited rotation that are out on the market, and that has full rotation.
Oh.
And it's the D's nut style.
Oh, that's cool.
So
This is solid.
it fits. I had to adjust this for the post a little bit. It was a little tight, and then here on the rails. So I had to make a few adjustments, and it has teeth that locks in and everything like that. And this is actually a separate piece than this. This is not one piece, so it's multiple pieces. It's pretty much designed. I got to make another sample and test it because I had to make some small tweaks, but you know, I want my stuff perfect. Then once I come out the D's Nuts one, everyone's gonna want a Gary Turner, so I'll be making a Gary Turner version for the Gary Turner bikes, as far as that goes.
All right. Well, let's go check out the rest of the shop.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go in the back, and we're actually gonna fulfill some orders because I ship every day, and so I want Kevin to help me. Thought it'd kind of be fun to pull some orders, show you how I ship something out, and how it gets to our customers.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's take a look in the back. So here we got a bunch of the parts. Yeah,
all
parts,
on
parts,
both sides over here. We actually got 2 orders, and let me see. What do we got here?
So I got 2 orders laid out. One is 3/8 by 26 D's nuts and a green wrench. So let me take you to where I keep those.
Okay.
So we need to get right here.
So one of those.
2 of those.
Okay.
And then a green wrench.
And a green wrench. All right, let's go check it out. So let's see. The green wrench is gonna go to Rodney, and the nuts are gonna go to Carlos. So hey, we're gonna get these packaged and sent out to you. And on top of that, we're gonna throw in a couple of Cruising in the 808 stickers. I don't even know if you watch our stuff or not. You might be like, what the heck is this? but we're just gonna throw these in there as a bonus. This is the GT Pro Performer that we did, and it has all the Gary Turner parts on it, so I thought that'd be kind of cool. So we'll throw a couple of those in there with the order as well.
All right, and then normally I try to give my customers stickers.
All right.
So I have my little squirrel D's nuts. So you can put
nice. So we'll put that in there.
That in there. Or you can put yours.
Put our stickers in there as well. They're gonna be like, "What the heck is that?"
Nah, that's always cool to receive stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna let me put it up. Let me try and get this to look a little better.
Yeah, no, just shove it in.
I know, can't just shove it in. Gotta be calm, you know. The logo's upside down.
Yeah.
Make them nice.
You show up here, I put you to work.
That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna get these, put these in looking good first. Get these nuts in there nice, and it's nice and straight. And then we'll get those in there. All right, so Carlos, these are coming to you, buddy. With some special cruising in the 808.
Yeah. Put those in there, fold up the packing list, or slip.
There you go, Kev. You can go work shipping and receiving. You're hired.
And
You're gonna have to stay here.
Carlos has his ready to
Throw
go.
it in the bin.
Put it in that bin.
Do this one. So this one again with Rodney. I'll find his label.
We'll put these in there with that. And fold this up in half. Look, I'm learning. See?
You make a good warehouse guy, Kev.
Yeah, so I can
fit the bill,
retire. And
So here's
do
the
this.
tricky part with it. If you let it touch, then
It's stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck for good.
So you gotta be good.
These
on
little
that.
mailers aren't cheap, but they add up. So yeah, this gets folded or creased, and that's fine.
There we go.
Pretty much put them there, and then the mailman comes and picks them up.
All right.
There you go.
Sweet.
So this is part of your shop. Oh, and let's check out this Billet Ripper. Take a look at this thing.
Yeah, so this is my kind of shipping area I've set up because I ship every day. If someone buys something, I try to ship it out within 24 hours. I don't sit on orders. If I do, it's a problem, or where I can't find a part, I'll email you. Or if it's like pedals or something custom, that sometimes could take me a couple days. But I ship very fast because I want my customers to get parts very fast and give good customer service. So I have this pretty much set up right here in this rack of packing supplies and everything to have that workflow and be efficient. But yeah, here is my Billet Ripper. So this is my first 29. It's an SC Big Ripper, and then I took it all apart and chrome plated it. But a lot of the original parts I built were prototyped and tested on this bike right here. So it has a lot of chrome work. This actually has the new grips on it.
You got the bars, pedals. Yeah, this thing
so it
is
has
beautiful.
9-inch, the Pitbull handlebars I make in aluminum, chrome plated, the chrome stem, has the full 12-point billet headset and anodized red going through. These are actually flight pads that they made for us. I did all the stickers I designed myself and printed myself.
And it's got that old school kind of like, those stickers, right? With that.
Yeah,
that,
engine turn is what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like a lot of fire trucks have that or something. I thought it was cool. Kind of look.
I want to say the cool BMX stickers had this kind of pattern, right?
It's kind of retro.
Yeah.
And it changes colors in the light.
Yep. Beautiful.
But yeah,
Right.
these do have the grips that we just showed you.
Yep. Nice. Oh yeah, they feel really good.
And it has my prototype brake lever.
Nice.
Of course, it's got the D's nuts, axle nuts. It's got the spray paint can in the front. I got a beer can in the back, so I'm ready for any situation. And then some of my bikes, I actually put different parts to show people. And then I got the Shield seat clamp, the Shield round pedals. The bike is actually dirty. It probably looks good on camera, but I do ride it. So, every bike I build, I do ride. And
yeah, that's like us. That's the only kind of bikes we like to build is the stuff that we can actually ride.
So I do need to detail it, to be honest, but I use it. Part of building this stuff is to ride it and have fun.
Yeah.
I did have to replace the seat. I got a rip in it, so this is a new seat because I ride it. So
It's nice though.
the bike's not perfect. There are little marks and
you
stuff.
don't see too many chrome-plated rippers That's
yeah,
for sure.
a lot
Our
of people
friend-
don't chrome plate bikes because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Just the frame and forks cost me $600 in chrome plating. Wow. And so a lot of people don't realize how much it costs. Where you can get something powder coated, usually
Yeah.
a couple $100.
So you have a good chrome plater
Yeah.
that you work with.
Yeah, I have multiple ones I work with, and some are good with big frames, and some do little parts. And so everyone kind of specializes in different
Yeah.
things.
Sweet.
Nice. You want to show us the 3D stuff, that 3D printer? Because we saw
Yeah.
your stem earlier,
Yeah, we could
and
show you
we
that.
got like, yeah, so it's kind of cool is that Morgan can then kind of like just, if he has a new idea, he can kind of create these 3D prints of them to kind of see what they would look like, right?
Yeah.
See what they, the
So I do
sizing.
3D printing. So I can print it right from my computer and get kind of a prototype going before I send it and get a CNC, actual physical aluminum sample.
Yeah.
So here's original He-Man pedals from the 90s. I'm making these with Gary Turner. And this is the original. The cage is really thin. So this is my first prototype I did. And it's a lot thicker cage. And the arms are the same thickness. And I did that, and then I actually took it to the next level, and I made the arms a little thicker. Because again, I have riders that are 300 pounds. This one has a bigger spindle. I just beefed it up a lot. So the design's done. It's actually being, we're doing a full real sample, and then I'm going to test them, and then I'm going to go into production and do that. And then this one is another Gary Turner pedal in round. So it has the 3 holes to match that seat clamp. That we're doing with their logo, and it has a bigger spindle. So here, I should have had that other spindle. Let me get one. Here, hold that. I can show that one. Let me get the original spindle.
What's cool is that he can then take an idea and then kind of whip up a 3D design and then send it to the 3D printer and then just kind of like test out what this could look like. I mean, I kind of feel like a lot of guys, can use a 3D printer to like.
Yeah, it just makes the
ideas.
design process a lot faster. Yeah. So this is my original, my Gen 1 pedal, the spindle. It's 9.5 millimeter, and the new one's 12.
Oh yeah,
it's a massive difference.
See.
And I upped the bearings. So I just want my stuff stronger and want to make the best product I can. So that's a big difference. It's going to make mainly the part that breaks on a pedal is the spindle. It snaps right here on all pedals. So going bigger will basically make it stronger, and so that kind of doesn't happen.
Nice.
This is one's a Creality Max printer. It prints 300 millimeter by 300 millimeter by 300 millimeter. So, which is about 12 inches, like 11 inches.
Yeah.
So here's a wheel I did because I'm making auto parts, and it 3D printed
So
this.
now you're gonna be making some auto parts as well.
Correct.
That's cool.
And then here I did a bigger wheel, which is pretty cool, in silver.
Look at that.
And I actually have this wheel here today that we're going to show.
So this is the 3D version of it,
and I have the real version that's
the real
actually
version
made.
in the box.
And those are going to go on my truck.
Nice.
And I was waiting. So I own Billet BMX trademark, and I've been trying to get Billet Racing for 2 years, and I finally got it. Actually, today I got an email before you guys came over that's approved. So I have it for engine parts, car parts, and clothing.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that because I'm going to show you some of the auto parts that I'm going to start getting into.
Okay.
And then with the 3D printer too, there's different filament. So I actually have, if you feel this, it's like rubbery. And I was printing the grips in this.
Oh, yeah.
So it actually felt.
Yeah.
I have them in a box somewhere, but I'm still getting organized to show you. But I actually 3D printed the grips before I bought the mold. Because once you buy the mold, you can't change the mold. To fix the mold, you got to buy another mold.
You got to buy another
mold. The molds are thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So I was 3D printing grips, like the diamond pattern, like smaller, medium size, larger, to get the right sizing of just the diamond pattern. What I thought looked the best. So in the computer, it'll look one way, but then when you print in real life, it's not the size you think it is. Like you can measure it in the computer and everything, but you actually got to physically see and hold these parts to know, hey, that looks right, doesn't look off. So that's what the 3D printer helps do. But they make different filaments in different colors. Yeah, like this is like a shiny one, and this is just a regular one. So that gives it kind of like a metallic, or almost like an anodized finish, which is cool. And then, like on my pedals, I'm making this little. This is new. This is gonna be a washer that covers the bearing. Okay, you can take it out right here. So I made a different color so you could see. to do that. And I'm going to have pins in different colors, and then the washers for the bolts that are coming.
Nice.
On all my second generation stuff. So I made a little more accessories. Like here's that washer, and the bolt sticks on it, and then basically it goes on the end of the spindle like that.
Cool.
That is sick.
But I printed a lot of parts on there just as first, and then we go into, you know, a full sample and then into production. And then, so obviously I have a website, that's where I sell everything. I market all my products mainly on social media and try to get a lot of people involved. I listen to a lot of customers. But once I make the part, I got to get it on the website. So this is called a light box, and pretty much I have some parts. I have my new levers inside, and I'll take a picture, and then I'll take that into Photoshop and edit the pictures. Because sometimes the background, you know, won't be perfectly white, even though that's why you got to cut it out. And then that's how I put it on the website. So you want to see in here, I have my prototype levers. Kevin could hold that one. So this one just had a spring, and this is billet aluminum. Like this is ready to go. I have one on my bike, but then I ended up adding a bearing and the spring.
Super smooth.
And this is going to be the Gary Turner one. I just haven't put the logos on it yet. So these are both being produced and being made right now.
Nice.
Hopefully should have them in about 30 days.
Are you gonna make different colors with this piece too? That you can
Eventually. I
interchange?
think I'm gonna make it one color right now and then eventually do that. This does have a little D's nut on it. That's 12 point, and it will be machined.
Oh, no way.
And it's tiny.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then it has a full star.
Yeah.
Star's pretty cool too. So these are very detailed. And I also had to play with the curvature of this and how it feels. Just a lot of testing to make sure it's correct.
They
But
feel good though.
yeah, like you can see the star's kind of cool too. Oh, it's a full star.
Yeah. But that is cool on that bolt. Let me see that bolt.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like, it's definitely these nuts.
Yeah, we just haven't machined it again there.
That is cool.
So I try to put a lot of the 12-point stuff because people love it, and it's kind of like the signature.
Yeah, and if
little
you want
brand
to
and a lot of
like have
pieces.
everything match, you
Yeah,
can
a
go
lot of people
down
want stuff to
like-
match with the same kind of
That's really
theme.
cool.
To do all that. And then on the racking here, I have all my clothing I make. So we ship out orders. Then I wanted to show you. You guys interviewed me kind of when I first started. How long ago was that? A couple years ago?
Yeah, we'd kind of talked to you, and I remember from that conversation you talking about how, you know, when you used to go on these ride outs, you helped design like a new logo, or you helped design flyers for the.
So I started.
Yeah.
It was during COVID in 2020. So I started help with Harbor Area BMX because I was in Long Beach. I lived off Ocean in a high rise. I started helping with the flyers because I saw a lot of families and kids. It's a fun thing, and me being an artist, I said, hey, let me help you with your flyers, because something positive we could all do, and it was friends and family. So I started making the flyers, and then Javier, I made this awesome flyer that I hand drew with the Scream character on a quad angle, and he's like, hey, we should make that into a t-shirt. So we ended up, here it is. We did a reprint because we sold out of them, so I still have some available, but that's the logo I did, and it's dated 2020.
Near Long Beach.
And it was on a Friday the 16th. So we did it with the Harbor Area logo. But yeah, we sold 100 shirts in like a few hours. So then I decided to start, this is basically what started Billet BMX, this shirt. Because if I didn't make flyers and then put this on a flyer, then make it in a shirt, like the company wouldn't exist. So I started basically selling BMX t-shirts out of my trunk and hustling at, all the ride outs and selling to people. And then with that money, I never spent it, and I put it into making the axle nuts. And then from there, the tensioners.
Yeah, and then just kept going.
And then I just kept going until where I am today. So it's kind of cool, and it's dated. So, 2020 is when I did this. I was making shirts probably for like about 2 years, and then 2021 I started the axle nuts, and I had them end of 2021, and I officially started my company or filed an LLC in 2022 of January, which is Billet BMX, and I trademarked the name. So pretty cool.
It's cool that you can design all your own stuff. You don't have to hire anybody.
Yeah, it's cool, but also if I do have help, or I'm such a perfectionist that it's like it's stressful too.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm capable of, or I
Yeah.
compare myself to other artwork, and like until something's right, I don't come out with it. So it's kind of like if you're an artist, sometimes you think things are never done.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, oh, that's awesome. But to me, I challenge myself to make it the best.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it and trying to grow as an artist or a designer and making parts. Like I've never made parts besides Billet BMX, and now like I'm designing parts, which I never thought I would do, and just evolved. You know, you just got to challenge yourself and work hard.
Yeah.
And back when I did these shirts, you know, just to tell you my story, and I try to motivate people that if you really want to do something or accomplish something in life, or you have goals, you just got to do it no matter what, and not let anything stop you. But I started Billet BMX making shirts out of a 600 square foot apartment in Long Beach. Then I started I put racking like this in the apartment. And my girlfriend was pretty pissed because it looked like a warehouse. And then I rented a house because I had a storage unit too, and I just had merchandise and products everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't making enough money to pay rent for a shop like this. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And then so I rented a house, and the whole garage was my inventory. And then I had a 3-bedroom. 1 bedroom was my office with my computer where I design everything. The middle room was all the clothing. I had racking in the house, and then it was just all my merch. Yeah. The living room, I had the light box and the 3D printer. Like, it was ridiculous. And then I just did what it took until now I have this shop, so now where I live is separated. So it's a little,
now this is
little
now
easier.
The side thing became the full-time thing.
Yeah. And then during this whole process, I had a full-time job. I've been in the automotive industry and sales for 25 years since I graduated high school. And while I was doing that sales job, I went and I got an art degree for 3D arts animation. That's how I know to kind of do all this. My mom's actually an art teacher, so I got a lot when I was a kid from her. She was a teacher at Montebello High School and has her master's degree. But basically I was working, and I went to school, I was working, and I was making money. And I could show you some of the show cars I built while I was in that industry. I'm still in that industry too. And then basically I got laid off, and I had to make Billet BMX profitable, because at the time all the money, so I had a full-time job, all the money from Billet BMX I just reinvested. So I'd sell something and hey, I want to make this new item. It's very expensive to just pay for the inventory to do it.
So all the money just went back in.
I reinvested. I still haven't wrote myself a paycheck today.
Crazy.
So like it pays the rent and my truck payment. And just my food. And I just tried not to buy stuff because I rather have the company grow and make more products, and not stunt the growth of my brand. But I pretty much got laid off a year ago, and I knew that kind of was coming, the direction of the company, unfortunately, because it got bought out twice. And then I was on unemployment 6 months. And I don't mind sharing this because I had struggles. I was scared. And I said, hey, I'm going to have unemployment 6 months. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make Billet BMX survive. If it doesn't after 6 months, I'm going to go back and get a job, and it would have hurt Billet BMX. In 2 months, I accomplished it because I just was working crazy hours. And, it's kind of a sad story, but I always wanted my own business. And sometimes stuff in life, bad stuff will happen, but it'll make you pivot or do whatever it takes to survive. So I was always asking, I wanted my own business, and I wanted to use my ability to be an artist, designer, make cool products and have cool customers. So I got that, but it came with getting laid off. So now you got to make it happen. And I did. And
kind of forces you to
forced me to do it. And I just kept working and working. And I got this shop about 3 months ago. I thought I'd be moved in 30 days. I was moved in, but just organized to how it is here. Just a lot of work and doing my normal business, so I got to make money to keep the lights on and do all that. So it is a struggle, a lot of work, but it's also a challenge, a lot of fun, and still in business thanks to a bunch of awesome customers I have around the world that support my brand. I hope to keep growing my brand, and also coming out with auto parts, also with my separate company that I'm doing too.
Let's take a look at the wheel. Speaking of the auto parts, because you showed us what the wheel looks like in the 3D printer,
so we can see
so let's kind of see the finished product.
We can see the real thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That we have this.
Oh, I probably have to move these bikes. Hold on.
Well, we'll get to the bikes in a little bit, because I know these are some of the bikes.
Yeah, these are my customers' bikes that I had
on it that we want to check out as well.
Drop off.
Look how big that box. You can fit in there, dude.
Yeah.
We can ship you home.
I don't know if I could bend my body into that
So I have hostile wheels on my truck now.
Okay.
But I made my own wheel for my brand. It's kind of ballsy to do, but I did it for the SEMA show, and I thought I'd already have my trademark, and I just barely got it today. So they denied my trademark. I'd have really expensive wheels with the name I can't use.
Oh.
So this set has never been opened. This set's polished. I can show both, but we can open. One side of the truck's actually going to be black and machined, and then one side's gonna be all polished.
Oh, no way.
And that's because I couldn't decide, and I thought it'd be cool because I could, marketing wise, it looks like I have 2 different trucks or 2 different sets of wheels.
Yeah, I can see that. See if they got another one there.
So you going to SEMA show next year?
I might, yeah. The truck was in the SEMA show this year because I've been in the automotive truck industry my whole life. We have to pull it out.
Oh,
So this is a 26 by 16. It's
26-inch rims. Holy smokes.
There it goes. So I haven't even seen this wheel yet. So I thought it'd be cool to look at it with you guys.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
That's pretty cool.
These things come out, but
Wow.
so you can see that's black and machined.
Yeah, take
And
a
then
look
on
at
this-
that.
Oh, this thing is huge.
There's tape over it to protect the. I engraved the lip. It says Billet Forged.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Joey. Sorry, guys. I short that sweater.
Hold on.
Ah,
Yeah, so lip is.
look at that thing.
These have not. I haven't. These have been sitting here since they came late. They're supposed to be here for the SEMA show, and it didn't work out. So then I worked out a deal with Hostile, and I've been supporting them the last 6 months. Which thanks to them, I got to go to SEMA where I'd have no wheels. So
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back with the tape and get all that sticky stuff
Yeah,
off.
I
But
will.
that looks pretty sick, man.
yeah, it's kind of ripping, but it says Billet Forged, and then here's the logo for the. Here's the cap.
Yeah, so that's gonna spin as the wheel.
Well, it actually floats. So when you're driving, the wheel's spinning, and it's supposed to stay like straight while you're driving. So that goes on there, like that. So I have the Billet BMX, obviously, is for BMX parts, and then Billet Racing is going to be for truck and car parts.
Wow.
Yeah, it does spin.
Yeah, it's been.
And then I have this. This one's fully polished.
Oh, that's sick.
So that's gonna go on your truck.
Yeah, I was going to go get installed in my truck. I just haven't had time, and I thought,
Put a little flap up a little bit so I can see the whole
See
building.
the billet?
There you
yeah,
go.
there's
There you
sticker
go.
stuff on it.
Yeah, there's just some residue from the sticker that was protecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see all that
They
sticky
put it so it
stuff?
doesn't get scratched.
Yeah, but look how cool that looks,
Bro, you
man.
guys gotta buy this wheel. Serious.
And then I got some valve covers I could show you over here too.
Oof. Okay, I gotta get down without falling.
So yeah, I was waiting to open these, and then until I got my trademark, I thought it'd be kind of fun. And then you guys came, and it just all happened. So those boxes haven't been open. These ones I got before SEMA, they're polished, same version of that. But here's a valve cover I designed. So it has Billet Racing on it. There's a truck in the 90s called a 454 SS. It's a Silverado. I'm a big Chevy guy. I love all cars, but Chevy to me are my favorite. So the truck on the side of the bed said 454 SS, and so I redid the logo, the 376 SS, which is a 6.2 liter LS engine, which is like an LS3. So this basically is just a cover, and it hides the coil packs that go on there.
Nice.
Wow.
So I'll be making these now that I got my trademark with different designs.
Sweet.
All right, thought it would be kind of cool to check out some of the bikes that Morgan has here in the shop that show some of the billet parts that are available. So this is a customer's bike, yeah?
Yeah, as a customer's bike, and I kind of brought this because this is the GT version where this is produced and imported, and then we have
The Gary Turner version.
the Gary Turner version that's
Yeah.
made in USA by Craig, and so I kind of wanted to show the differences and have them both together. But this one has this has female hubs with our axle bolts and chain tensioners. If you want to zoom in on that, Bernie, on that one, you can see it there, and then it has the female axle bolts on top. So I think that's all that this really has in the custom tires, but if you pay attention to here, it's a little different. So you can see how the frame is set up right here. And also this is really iconic to GT, how the tube goes straight and then
Yeah, the
down.
performer style, yeah.
Eddie told us about that story.
It was basically just to clear the brake, the front brake.
Oh, so you could spin it around?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you spin
would
around.
hit?
So they wanted it, yeah, because if it was straight,
Uh-huh.
it would hit.
So you couldn't spin the bars.
Yeah, so he wanted to like have it come
That
out
makes sense.
first, so that it would clear the brakes.
And then this one goes here, and then it goes straight. And then this one...
Yeah, and then we'll
the
take a
down
look
tube
at
is a little
the
different.
other one. I'll put this on the side.
Look at this guy.
So this is my buddy, Mike Ross, his bike. And he actually is from Whittier too, and I went to high school with their family and sister. I was in her grade, which is funny because he bought all this stuff off my website, and he didn't realize I made it all. So then I actually saw him in Angie's shop. Angie actually built this bike for
Angie
him.
built them from Frank's
Built this
Bikes
bike,
in
yeah,
Downey.
from Frank's Bike. She's one of my top dealers here in Southern California. But I saw him there. He's like, Morgan, what are you doing here? And I said, I own Billet BMX. And he's like, dude, I just
like,
bought all these
"What?"
parts. So it's just a funny small world. But yeah, this has the Gary Turner pedals, platforms.
Got
that I
the chain
made.
tensioners.
It's got the chain tensioners, Gary Turner. It's got the billet spray cams.
Seat
got
post
the
clamp.
Seat post clamp.
Yep.
Yeah, this thing's blinged out with billet.
You got the seat post clamp here.
Yeah. And then you can see how this frame's a little different, how this tube comes and it has this separate tube with the Gary Turner logo all the way across. So he calls this the legend frame that Craig makes.
This thing is beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah, and Angie did a great job assembling it all.
Yeah.
It's a really cool blue too.
Skills.
Then you got the billet parts up on the top.
Yeah, so it has our
Stem.
Gary Turner stem that I make. And then it has the Billet BMX headset and stem cap with the matching spacers.
That's a cool setup right there.
Yeah. I think that's the Jag cable on the brake
this
line.
is interesting.
Angie makes those.
Because this
You
is
have to
like,
assemble them. They're separate
yeah,
pieces.
because they're all separate pieces,
Yeah, it's
right?
tedious. It's a bunch of work.
Like this is a lot of work to go into this.
Yeah, and it has my handlebar ends too on there.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. These are like the stiletto forks. And it has the old
And
GT
even
logo.
just the way this thing was powder coated, like it's really clean. Because a lot of times, sometimes the powder coaters, when they do, they put too much, and so that you lose the detail.
Yeah.
Right. It's too thick. It gets.
I
kinda
think
filled
Craig
in.
engraves those really good.
Yeah.
So they're pretty deep engraved, so it'll hold the.
But it's also
powder
like
coat.
whoever powder coated it, like did a really
Yeah, they
nice
did a good
job.
job, yeah.
Because sometimes they put too much, and then
Yeah.
that thing just gets lost.
I don't know who powder coated, but yeah, you're right. They did a great job, and some powder coaters need to know how to do the bikes so they don't
Yeah, 'cause
over
sometimes
put too
they'll
much powder.
they'll mostly do parts for cars and different things, and
Mm-hmm.
then with bikes it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And these nuts.
These nuts on there.
And then we could
This thing is
show.
beautiful though.
Here's another.
Oops, I don't want this to draw.
Yeah, there's another GT we could show.
I don't want this to draw. Let's make sure.
We could show this one.
This is another GT that's
Yeah, this one has a lot of my parts.
more from the factory, but yeah, it's got some cool parts on it.
So this one.
This brakes.
Well, the biggest thing you notice is the wheels. I actually made a set of wheels and they're prototype.
I remember when you were coming out with these.
Yeah. And so this bike has them, and it has the valve stem caps. It's engraved Billet BMX. Some mags.
Get that. Oh yeah, there we go. Crazy.
Yeah, you got these nuts.
It's got the axle nuts on there.
All right.
Yeah, it's got the handle,
Again.
got the handlebar
bar
ends, these
ends.
nuts,
Yeah.
the stem. And it's got the spacers. So
Spacers,
This has an integrated headset, and I haven't made one yet. So a lot of guys just buy the
Yeah, the spacers.
spacers and the cap, and it
Yeah.
makes it look nice. But I am working on making for the integrated guys. Obviously, I have the press in like on the other bike, and then it has the D's nut seat clamp.
But see, this is why, like, when you come out with all these parts that match, right?
Yeah,
You can
just
get everything
flows.
that kind of just match up, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, and it has the black and chrome
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
sorry.
pedals.
Look at
That thing feels so good.
that. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and then we have the tensioners with the matching axle nuts on the back of it.
the valve stem.
It's a clean
caps.
bike. Yeah. So he rides this a bunch of times. Oh, let me show the disc brake. So I have all the disc brake bolts. So I have the
Oh,
D's
yeah.
nuts on the brake.
Yeah.
And then-
Right here.
and it all
Yeah, like
matches too.
mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, so definitely whatever you need to do to your bike, you can find some of the Billet BMX parts
Nice bike.
to just make your bike stand out. 100%. Beautiful.
And I love all bikes. Like, obviously, a custom frame is cool. They're a lot harder to do.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of customers, this was a complete bike, and then he just slowly kept upgrading stuff. And that way, have something to ride is a lot easier than building a whole bike from scratch.
Yeah. A lot of times it's, I mean, it definitely is much easier to just buy a complete bike and then just swap out parts. We talked to one of our viewers too that was at DirtyFest, and he mentioned he likes to just buy like the bike complete and then slowly swap out parts based on what he wants to do. That's a much easier way to do it.
Same thing like buying a car that runs compared to a car that doesn't. It's like you can drive it and enjoy it while you do it compared to building. Because some parts, even just my brand, they run out of stock or other brands, and you can't get them for 6 months. Like, it just is what it is. So, and you know, so I try to tell people too, if I'm out of stock, hey, you know, this is the time it'll be in, or you know, try to use something else.
Because how long does it take to restock something? Like if you're out of something and then you got to put in another order?
It honestly takes probably, depends on the item, but probably 3 months to 4 months.
3 to 4 months, yeah.
Because the problem, a lot of my parts are machined after, so I gotta get them machined, then they're anodized,
and then back to,
and then they got to go back to getting machine work done to
for all
them.
the engraving and stuff.
It just takes time to do it correctly. So obviously, I want the stuff as fast as I can get it, but my main focus is the quality and consistency. I want the parts to always be the same, and that's what I really care about. So I don't try to rush stuff. I know people get upset that. Or I'll show, like I show those brake levers on my site, people email me, or the seat guts.
When are they coming out?
But I'm like, hey, I'm still working on them. And when I have them, obviously I'm going to promote the crap out of them. Everyone's going to know. But it's until I feel it's right and have them out.
I think that's the hardest part sometimes, because you do like to post, you know, coming soon kind of thing, right?
Like I have the He-Man pedals.
That's a serious teaser,
right?
man.
And then and then we're like, oh wow, that looks so cool. And then it's like, you know, you keep checking the website, and then and then you know, because it takes a long time to bring a part to market. So
sometimes it's fast, and I don't have to make any changes. Sometimes I gotta fix little things to make it fit better, or it's just until I feel it's 100%. So it's just part of the process. But yeah, now I feel bad kind of showing people. I just want to hide stuff because people get upset, and it's like not the point. I want them to see it and then try to give me feedback to make it better is my thing.
Sure.
But anything I post now, because I have all these parts, I think it automatically exists and I have it ready to ship.
Yeah,
you know,
that is tough.
Because it shows sold out on my website, but it's actually never like existed. So, but
well, thanks for sharing all these things.
And I have more bikes up here if you want me to get them down.
Oh yeah, we got the bikes that are up on the top too. We got like this.
Yeah.
You got a GT here.
Get my.
Take a look at this.
I can leave it up there.
Boy.
So that's a 2020 Gary Turner that Craig built me. I put.
What size is that? Is that a
29?
That's a 29.
It has Pirelli tires because I wanted the gum wall, so it's kind of a different tire. So I'm gonna do it with BMX.
Wow.
I think it's a 700 by 40 or 45. I think it's a 40, 700 by 40. I'd have to look at the sidewall. But it looks almost like a 26 because they're small on the rim. And then that has all Billet BMX parts. I haven't put any Gary Turner parts on it yet because that was before I made Gary Turner parts. So I'm going to switch it out. And then I went with the 90s graphics because I have my 93 Mach 1, which I'll show you on the other side. Which we can look at. But that has my pedals. It's all black and gold.
Beautiful though.
So
that's a nice frame.
Yeah. So basically, I wanted in the dropouts. If you look.
Yeah. See, that's the old school dropout.
They'll match.
Right.
That's the 90s style dropout.
Yeah.
And if we look at the other bike, you see it match. So I went to Craig and I said, hey, I want you to make me my 93 Mach 1.
Yeah.
I have a late year 93, so it might be considered a 94. But I said, hey, I want this bike in a 29 because as a kid, again, that was my first bike, and this is the bigger one. And then I actually engraved the logos, which he wasn't doing, and there's a logo on the end of the fork on top too, which has the actual GT logo. The dropouts say made by Craig for Morgan. This is before I had Billet BMX. I was selling t-shirts. So I didn't know it even turned into this. And then I built a relationship with Craig and said, hey, I want to make some parts because I love the GT brand, and started making parts. Then at DirtyFest, we talked about he's going to actually make my first frame, Billet BMX. So Craig at Gary Turner is going to be building a chromoly Billet BMX frame. So we're going to do that together.
That's pretty
cool. Which
cool.
I'm looking forward to.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and then I have SE Atlanta. I was really good on the internet buying these bikes because there's only 300 and they would sell out within minutes.
Yeah.
And so I'd get like multiple computers and
you just go on at the same time?
Yeah, and I just keep trying to buy it, like with 2 computers.
Wow.
But I like red, white, and blue. I'm real patriotic. So that has my blue pedals. This one has box brakes because I don't have my V brakes yet. And then I have the little D's nuts and the tensioner, blue tensioners, but it has red nuts, red shield.
All the red, white, and blue for sure.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna put a headset in. I've been so busy. I've been so busy shipping parts and taking care of my customers that I haven't even had time to put my new parts on the bike.
For your own bikes.
Yeah. But I love this bike. It just rides good. It's aluminum.
Yeah, the SEs are comfortable bikes to ride.
I modified a few things on it, but I haven't touched this bike, and I keep coming out with a bunch of cool parts, so I got to do that. And then here's
the Miami Ripper.
the Miami Ripper, which is pretty cool. So I didn't have pink parts. I had this bike already, but I didn't have pink parts, and I decided, hey, I want to make hot pink parts because I have this bike. So it has pink cages with white centers on the pedals.
Nice.
And then I have pink tensioners and axle nuts and the brake bolts. And when I started customizing this bike, I never had a pink seat clamp, which I have now. I just haven't put one of them on. I have all my styles in it, so I got to put that and do that. But this was a cool bike.
I like the colors.
Yeah, the colorway is awesome. So that was one of probably the most popular city bikes was the Miami that everyone kind of wanted.
All those
just because of the colorway.
Colors.
So yeah. So I got mounts to hang all these bikes on the wall above.
So they're all probably gonna just go up.
Yeah, I'm gonna
shop.
hang them all up here to kind of get them out of the way, and then because I'm selling bikes, my frame that Craig's gonna make me, I'm gonna put on this whole rack all the way back. So we're probably gonna do 50 of them, and then this one's gonna be all new, complete bikes. So I am gonna be adding some other brands to the website.
Nice.
Just to try to grow my brand and the website, and a lot of people like buying stuff all on one website and just combining the shipping.
Here's a GT.
Yeah, so this is my first bike. It's a late year 93 Mach 1 from the stamping, so it might actually be a 94. And it has power light handlebars. So this is kind of like the first thing I customized. And then I got into cars and trucks and started customizing a lot of those. So, but yeah, it's power light handlebars. This is all original 93 parts. I did put my D's nuts on it. And it has Odyssey triple trap pedals. And then I believe this was called a posi stop. I got it at a local bike shop as a kid. But it has a little arm for the pit bull brakes to hold the.
Yeah, look at that C-post clamp.
It's really unique.
I know.
Someone offered me
challenge there, Bernie.
Yeah, someone offered me $200 just for that clamp because they don't make it.
Well, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, and then it has my chain tensioners and it has a profile sprocket on it.
Nice.
And then behind it,
so you bought that bike as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's your original bike that you rode.
So yeah, my parents gave me that for Christmas under the tree,
so cool.
and then that's what I rode around. I was actually born in Whittier, and rode it. And then one of my friends at work, he knew I had it because I told him, and then I sold it to him that he would sell it to me back because he let his kid ride it. It's a 20-inch. I don't really ride it. And that was before I had Billet BMX and all that. So then I started doing Billet BMX. I said, hey, where's my bike? He's like, I have it. My son doesn't ride anymore because his son went off to college, so I got it back.
Nice.
Yeah, so now that's my actual bike, not one that looks like it. It's physically the bike that I used to ride as a kid. But you can see the back end of the bike, like the chain stays and everything, they match the other one that Craig built me.
The dropouts in the back.
So, yeah, I wanted to replicate that and the 90s
really
stickers.
Cool. Yeah, we have our friend Tyler in Texas that loves that mid-school GT stuff.
Yeah.
And
I love all the 90s stuff because that's when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And that's when I would get the magazines.
And we're not, like for Bernie and I, we're not familiar with these GTs because we got out of it by the time these came out. Like we're with the old school GTs, you know, like the 80s. And so,
detail kind.
Yeah. So it's like this one is, it's like that logo definitely was.
I like that logo,
our
one of
time,
my favorite,
right?
Out of all the GT logos.
We're more the classic, you know, the old school GT look and stuff. But yeah, these are all beautiful too.
Yeah,
Very
I want
nice.
to try to get a 24 and that and some other ones, but they're so expensive.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
Yeah, and then behind it, I just have a Blocks flyer. It's the Vans 26. That has all my school parts on it.
But yeah, you got an impressive shop location going on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going good, and I invite people down and
it's
hang
cool
out,
just
check it
to
out.
hear the story of just, you know, going from the t-shirt and the ride outs and then just building this thing slowly, putting your money
Yeah.
back into the business and having this dream and this vision, and then just working at it until now you're in a physical
Yeah.
location and like you got the space.
Yeah.
You're out of your house.
Yep.
You know, girlfriend's probably happier.
Yeah, and I built my, I had to build my own website. Everything I pretty much done by myself.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of time, but anybody's capable to do it. If you want to figure something out,
Yeah.
you can, and just work hard and you'll achieve things in life, which is pretty much my story. I always worked hard. I've always put in a lot of hours at work, and now I have something like this. But from that t-shirt, I didn't think it would turn into this. It just
Yeah.
kept snowballing. But, kind of what motivates me too is like people like you guys. So you guys have your channel and have my parts, and it's just like, I do a lot of stuff just because the feedback of people gives me
Yeah.
the drive to do it too, because people like the brand and a lot of people want to see it do good and survive.
Yeah.
And do all
Well,
that.
I like that, you've come out with all these different parts in the different colors so that you can really customize it. And I think you think the way that we're thinking. Like, how else can I, do something to be a little bit different?
Yeah.
Have the colors that I need to like really customize my bike. You're doing it the right way. Like, you're never online talking crap about other people. Like,
I try to be really positive. There are
know?
people that love to talk crap on me, like,
Yeah.
or some, I put up a customer on his bike and they were making fun of the guy, and stuff like that, and I'll delete their comments because I want a positive thing. Everyone looks different. Everyone has different backgrounds. We all have different stories. And why I love BMX is it connects all of us, like how I met you guys.
Yeah.
And you meet really cool people around the world that love BMX, and we put
Exactly.
all the BS aside, and we're friends, and because of BMX. So I have a really good time at DirtyFest because I go, and there's a lot of old school pros and really
Yeah.
famous BMX guys, and they've all seen kind of my brand grow, and they're real friendly. Like Eddie Fiola came to the booth, and
I saw that.
like they don't have to do that stuff, and they're just nice, and I think they understand, like, hey, this Morgan guy's working hard, and I keep seeing his brand every year grow or more parts and stuff like that. And I'm friendly with everyone. I love to talk to everyone about BMX, and it's fun. Like, we all do jobs that maybe aren't the funnest because we got to pay our bills to survive. And I think a lot of people get into BMX who like to go on a ride and get stress off or feel
absolutely.
better.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's a workout obviously, and just clear your mind and reset. And the other thing is, with all this stuff, it makes me think of that Mach 1 I had as a teenager. It's like the first time I kind of had wheels to go around town and explore and get into a little bit of trouble as we are kids. But I get on a big bike, and I have a nice truck and I have some nice expensive things as an adult, but I get on a bike and I feel like I'm 13, and that experience every time
That's what it is.
with friends and sharing that, it's like I feel like a little kid. And a lot of that stuff and just positivity is my motivation. So for every person that's negative, I got 100 people that are positive. So I don't focus on negative people. I just focus on the positive. There's a lot of people that love my brand. Hey, some people don't. It's all good.
And that's fine. Everyone has their own taste. Everyone has their own, thing that they like or they don't like. And I think that's the beauty of BMX, though, is like, same thing with us. Even back in the day when we were kids, you liked certain brands, you didn't like certain brands.
Or you weren't cool because you didn't have this or that.
Whatever, right?
Exactly.
Or like, hey, maybe you had to ride a Huffy. You had to rock the Huffy when that's all your parents could afford, but that's all right.
It's better
But
than no bike.
Exactly. And so now, being adults, I think it's so nice to be able to jump on a bike, but then when you're with friends and you're out there just
creating memories.
Exactly. That's what it's about. So it's awesome to see the brand grow and all the cool things you're doing. We look forward to more products coming out. Looking forward to those grips that should be coming out pretty soon. And we look forward to working with you in the future.
Yeah,
So we appreciate you giving up the time to give us this nice big tour of this awesome facility. So if you guys need to pick up parts and you're in California, or let's say you visit California for whatever reason, what's the address?
It's 11717 Washington Boulevard, Whittier, California 90606. It's basically off Washington, right off the 605 freeway. I pretty much try to be here every day, but I'm running my business, so sometimes I do errands and stuff. So I don't have like a set schedule because I don't have an employee just running the shop. It's me. So I tell a lot of people, hey, message me, I'll make sure I'm there.
Okay.
Sometimes people are like, hey, I don't get off work till 5, and I'll stay late to make sure I'm taking care of them.
Okay.
Like, I try to take care of all customers or sort out something or come in on Saturday because that works for them.
Yeah.
And I welcome everyone to come. I'll show you my whole shop. If you have questions about stuff, if you don't know what fits your bike, you know, you can come down. I'll help you. You bring the bike or email me. You know, I want to make it a great experience and make you happy and you make this fun. That's what it's about. Why I put all these hours in and why I've been working so hard is to give this customer this awesome experience with their bike. And I want to give them a great relationship with myself and that awesome customer service where they feel good about doing it. You know, a lot of customers too, they put customized parts and obviously you guys make your videos, but they'll send me pictures of their bike and I'll put it up, you know, and I promote them on my page. So a lot of the images on my social media are not even my bikes or my customers.
They're just customers,
And some of them, typically the videos, the reels blow up where I have hundreds of thousands of views. So I have one video has 8 million views.
Wow.
You know, on it. And that's how people, I guess, find me around the world. But it's pretty cool that many people are into BMX and do all that. Yeah.
So if you guys want to come check out Morgan at the shop, I'll also have the address down below. But message him first, like he said. He's not always here, but as you can tell, like he's happy to come and have you guys come out and visit. And if you can't get here, the website is
billetbmx.com. And then also Instagram is at Billet BMX, Facebook. I have a TikTok, I'm not on that much. And then I need to build up, I have the Billet BMX YouTube channel, but now I got this shop where I have more room. I want to do some installs and explain, kind of how I explained about little parts, but go into real detail about each part. Or kind of installation videos on my products. I want to do that to really help customers so they understand
That'd be cool.
how to do stuff because everyone's at a different level. Some people are BMX experts and can install everything, and someone's just getting into it. They have no clue what their axle sizes are that. So you can always, again, email me or DM me on social media. More than happy to help. I'd rather a customer email or reach out. Don't think of it as a burden before you place an order than guessing placing an order. And then we have to exchange it because it's going to cost them time and money and shipping and me.
Cost you time and money too.
Shoot me an email. Even if you think it's a dumb question, send it. And I'll send you the link. Hey, this is what fits your bike, or try to assist you as best as I can. So.
Great advice. Because it's always, we've all had that moment where like, okay, wait, I think I know what size it is. It happens to us all the time. And for us in Hawaii, it's a lot harder to get the parts over, and then, oh crap, we got the wrong one.
Oh, Morgan, how you do this?
Oh, yeah. And then we've definitely reached out to Morgan a few times, but like, hey, what size do we need and stuff. So if you have a question, just reach out to him before you place that order. And let us know what you think about the shop in the comments below. He just got it finished.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Still working on it.
Need to organize a few more things, but I'm pretty much set up and trying to do some upgrades and get some more equipment for the shop. Like I want to get a really expensive printer to make my own stickers and do all that. And more clothing. So I have more sizes and more inventory. So just trying to have a little more space. So I'm going to try to grow the brand and take care of you guys as much as I can.
Nice. Hey, so if you stuck around this long, it's a long one. We got a full tour. We got to see all facets of Billet BMX. Thank you for watching. If you stuck around this long, consider liking and subscribing, and we will see you in the next one. And we're gonna thank you again, Morgan, for your
thanks for coming
for
from
your
Hawaii.
hospitality. We appreciate it. We love this collaboration that we have together, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of one another. Be safe, and aloha.
See you later.
Woo! All right, that was cool.